Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. I've got something really exciting to let you guys know about. We're nearly at the end of restrictions here in Sydney. Restrictions here in Sydney, and some of the crew here, we've actually been planning, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? We can't wait to get out of our 5 kilometer bubble. So we've come up with this idea, especially watching some of these, bike touring, bike packing YouTube videos. That's been inspiring for me anyway. Not probably the camping side, but just the idea of getting on your bike and just going somewhere and staying for the night and then off to the next journey and so forth. So I've come up with this great plan that I've had, and I've sort of thrown the idea around it through the crew. And this is what we're about to do. Starting from the Sydney Opera House on the 12th of November, we will actually be going on a bike touring weekend away. Now, this is going to be epic for us because we haven't actually done a bike touring weekend away before, or any bike touring with all our gear. So it will be a new experience for all of us, and there'll be obviously some unknowns. So this video, I want to prepare everyone as much as possible. And from the Opera House, we'll actually be cycling all the way to our Airbnb accommodation at Laguna. So on day one, the route is 139 kilometers in distance, 2,300 meters in elevation, and hopefully we don't get lost or do any more additional, because we've still got day 2 and day 3 to go. Today I just want to focus on the day 1 route and highlight where the steep climbs are, where the food and drink stops will be, where we're taking a rest. Alright, so here is the route profile. So many of you guys would have asked me, so how did you actually create the route? I've actually done it straight on Strava, and obviously zoomed in and basically gone through all the roads, and then sort of with that and Google Maps, just to make sure the roads are safe, there's shoulders, and how it's actually like. So I guess what I want to focus on today is basically the route profile in regards to the climbs, and actually what to actually look out for, so you sort of have an expectation and are prepared to know what's actually coming up during the ride. So as you can see, we start off with a pretty much a steady climb along the Pacific Highway, and then all the way to, say, around the Brooklyn area, whereby we're actually descending down to Brooklyn. And as you can see, there's basically 3 stages. There's the first, the second, middle, and this steep bit nearly at the end here. So the climb here is most of us have done this before, so and we know the route. So it's basically from Brooklyn Bridge, and the climb is going up to Mount White and to Calgary. And then after that, it basically is something we haven't explored before, and we haven't actually gone further past Calgary. And then you have a bit of undulation in regards to the route, and then again a gradual climb just past Gosford, and then going up, and a steady climb going up here. So if we come down here just to see some of the so here's the pie in the sky, the descent, and as you can see, here is the climb back up to Mountain White in Calgary. So basically after Calgary we actually ride on Pete's Ridge Road, and that's for a good 20 odd kilometers, and so it's again undulating. There's not much of a big climb there, but it's basically undulating but still going up. So as we go up Pete's Ridge Road, we actually then meet, we actually via right on Springs Road, and approaching a town called Yarramalong, and then from Springs Road we actually join on Greta Road. The first sort of hard bit of a climb is nearly 7 kilometers at an average of 4.7%, and it goes all the way up, and it's a gravel section, so it's about the 107th K mark all the way up to just before we hit on Murray's Run Road here. So I'm actually proposing we have two planned stops. So the first stop would be on the 50k mark, or close to the 50k mark, and it's somewhere we've all been before, which is basically the Estuary Restaurant in Brooklyn. So that's just before the bridge, and then we can actually have breakfast there. So that's just before the 50k mark, would be our first planned proposed stop. So the next stop that I propose, which will be the second stop, would be in Yarramalong. So this area here. So in Yarramalong there is a petrol station with sort of a convenience cafe there, and that's just before the 100th K mark. Just as a general overview, Strava has estimated there is 6,005 minutes and 40 seconds of moving time. That is actually based on an average speed of 21.4 Ks. So again, I'm not sure how fast we will be going, because again, we haven't actually done this before, with all our gear. But obviously, definitely, if we were on our road bikes, it would be a lot more than that. And as you can see by this route profile, just think of it as 3 stages. The first stage is from Sydney to Brooklyn, and again, it's undulating, but there is a gradual, incline, and then with again another drop off down Brooklyn, descend, and then up again. Up Brooklyn, and then again it's undulating, but it's actually going more up than down. So we are actually climbing pretty much all the way on the second segment as again, and then it then obviously descends down with a heavy descent down with a bit of a respite on a flat, but even on this flat there's still a bit of an increase here. And then the third part of the section, the majority of it is gravel. As you can see, 13% of it is gravel, and that's basically right at the end there. For those that have not done this before or are planning a trip to Laguna to actually ride gravel, so I will be documenting on the next video in regards to what I'm actually going to bring, and and then the setup I've actually got, and then following on from that, I will actually be documenting our ride on the 12th of November. So stay tuned for that, and if you would like to know more about that, please click that subscribe button and ring that bell. And if there's any comments on things that I haven't actually done right, please feel free to help and support or give any tips that you've actually experienced. And also the other way, if you find this video helpful and you're actually planning a route to Laguna on sort of a 3-day adventure, feel free to actually ask any questions, and I may be able to help you there as well. Thanks for watching this video, and stay tuned for the next one.